The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
Welcome to the Spartan Media Network from Playfly Sports.
Here comes Fears. 73-70 the score. On the side, Ukachuko. He got it! He got it! We are tied at 73. Rebound, Wardy's going to go all the way. Oh, what a slam! He slammed right over top of a 7-1 guy.
Stevenson's trying to time it up, and he just got posterized.
I want that poster.
It is time for the Auto Owners Insurance presentation of the Tom Izzo Show. Tonight's show is sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. The Tom Izzo Show is also brought to you by Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of MSU Athletics. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. And Coors Light, choose chill. Now, alongside Mike Garland and Michigan State head basketball coach Tom Izzo, here's the voice of Spartan basketball, Will Tieman.
And a pleasant good evening to everybody around the great state of Michigan and beyond. Welcome into Tom's show. You know, he was really concerned about the radio show, so he just went and just beat the fifth best team in all the land. Congratulations. What a win over Illinois, huh?
Yeah, I think it was one of the better wins in the arena in a few years. You know, I really do, because I think they're really good. I mean, who knows, who knows anymore? I watched Minnesota play yesterday, and they couldn't shoot it as good as my mother, okay, who's gotten a lot of attention lately. And all the people that hit all the threes against us, they didn't make any of them, and that's the problem with basketball. Usually football, I always tell those helmet head guys, they got it easier than we do, because you don't have, if a guy gets hot and he starts making shots, it's just the way it works, and, we should be able to guard him. But that game, and boy, before I say another word, were our fans, whether you were there in person or whether you were there on the radio or whether you were there on TV, I've seen a lot of games in the place, but in the last 10 years, I'm not sure it ever rocked like that. And it was a combination. I thought it was better than Michigan, and it was great there, but probably because we were a little better. The game was so close the whole way. I mean, Brad does a hell of a job with his team, and but did you ever see a bigger team in your life? I mean, it's one thing to be 7'2", 230 pounds. I mean, that's okay, but when it's 260 and 270 and 250, and God, I tell you, it was a war, and we did what we thought we had to do. We had to defend them, we had to run them, and we had to rebound the ball to run them. And when we have 22 points off of a fast break, and they're none, that's a huge stat. When you out-rebound a team that's leading the nation by 10, that was a huge stat. And the final stat was like football, if you don't turn the ball over. Yeah. And we only had 8 turnovers, one of our lows of the season. And so didn't shoot it great. I thought early we missed some shots, both Kerr and Jackson. I thought missed some really good shots, but the defense was phenomenal. The game plan I thought was good on how we wanted to cover that kid Wagler. He got 46 points against Purdue.
At Purdue.
And yet Purdue was in the game till the end, and that's what I mean. Basketball is so screwed up. Why didn't I pick football?
The one thing that we mentioned to Tom in the postgame show, Illinois doesn't foul. They have made over 100 more free throws than their opponents have even attempted. But you got to the free throw line when you had to.
Yeah, we were 20 of 23. I think they were 20 of 24 or something like that.
Good both ways.
So, yeah, you know what? It was a well-played game. We had 8 turnovers. They only had 4. So they did a hell of a job, too. I mean, I'm telling you, that team has a chance. They're just so big. They're just such a hard prep. So what happens with a team that has a hard prep, we only had 2 days. You know, we got back Tuesday night late. We had Wednesday, Thursday, played Friday. When you get in the NCAA tournament or Big Ten tournament and you play like Friday night, 10 o'clock at night sometimes, and then you got a noon game against them and you have a day to prepare, good luck to that team because it's a hard prep.
So, Mike, you've been down this list, and so what do you think Coach Izzo did to get these guys off the deck after a couple losses to play that brilliant game Saturday?
Other than getting after him after the Minnesota game, did what he does. You know, I tell people this all the time. He's one of the best to ever coach this game from the defensive side of the ball. There's none better. And I went by practice a couple of days before the Illinois game, and just the game plan that he put together. When you have to put something together, Tom, where you got to guard all 5 guys, people don't understand. That's why it's almost impossible.
Believe it or not, that's why I let Doug Wojcik put it together, and then I'd have somebody to blame when it didn't go right. But you know, Mike was there in the days when we would have probably practiced when we got back from Minnesota.
Yeah, we were stupid.
And then we would go 2-a-days the next 2. No, we weren't stupid. It's just that, you know, there were nobody that would think you're being too hard and too this and that. So now what I do, it's a religious happening. I usually go to there and I get everybody around me at half court the next day and get down on a hand and knees, and I prayed at each one of them, would you guys please play a little harder, a little better? And then we went out and won, so I guess that way works too.
I wouldn't see that one. Okay, but it'll
be a cold day in hell before you see that one. Put it that way.
I bet. Well, we're coming to you from One North Kitchen and Bar here in East Lansing for the Tom Izzo Show. You want to come to any of our coaches shows, just go to coaches shows at onenorthdining.com. Back with more of Tom's Show in a moment, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Oh, that's simply human sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
You didn't do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics. So crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Hey, Spartan fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of airballs and alley-oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU basketball games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU basketball. Go green, go white, SeatGeek.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
And And welcome back to the Coach Tom Izzo Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And don't forget, when you shop Meyer, you help a lot of communities. Learn more at Meyer.com/community. Well, Tom, we got a birthday wish here.
Yeah.
Chris Ordway, it's his birthday. Let's hear it. So I'm glad he decided to spend his birthday with us so somebody can push all the buttons. That's a good thing.
Yeah. I know one thing. You're going to enjoy yours more than I enjoyed mine. I'll tell you that right now.
That's pretty good. Well,
it's pretty true.
I'd like to talk about Jeremy Fears with Coach and Mike for a moment. This is pretty quiet what's going on with him, and he's on a record-setting pace, and a lot of people are overlooking it. Right now, he leads the nation in assists. He has passed Braden Smith, who's the gold standard. He's a heck of a player at Purdue. And right now, he is on pace to becoming our all-time leader in assists for a season. He's averaging 9.1 per game. He's averaging almost a double-double points and assists. And he's going to make a real run at a Big Ten record here as well. And so I took a minute just to look at the last 5 games. In the last 5 games, he's averaging over 22 points a game, almost 12 assists per game. And when you need to make a free throw, there's nobody better on this planet than him. He's at 92%, and he made some huge ones against Illinois. And get the numbers he had against the Illini. In the first half, he was good for 4 points. In the second half, when we had to get back in the game, he was good for, in the second half, 11 points, made all 7 free throws, a whole bunch of assists. And in overtime, just for fun, added 11 more points to come up at 26 for the day. And I just think what he is doing on the court is unbelievable. And you're looking at a guy that if he doesn't get to be the player of the year at this pace, he's got to be first team, and he's got to be on all kinds of lists. And what has elevated this game, Tom? Because he is playing at a record level.
You know, I'm trying to keep the distractions away from everybody, and my radio guy has just made it Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and Charles Barkley all wrapped in one, you know. But, you know, I am pleased with the progress Jeremy's made. It's kind of a, you know, it's, put it this way. The good news is he's got a ceiling to catch yet.
You're right.
Some of it is defensively.
Right.
Some of it is shooting the ball. What he's done is he's averaged almost 8 or 9 made free throws a game.
Yeah.
Now, that happens a lot when you're winning. Then people have to follow you. If you keep it in the right person's hands, he gets those. So when you're averaging 9, you're averaging 18 points, 17 points a game. It means you're only making, you know, 4 or 5 baskets. But, you know, I'm not downplaying it, but I got enough people out there upplaying it. And if I thought that, I would say it. I'm very proud of the, you know, what he's done. He's still got to grow up a little bit. He's still got to become better defensively, and he's still got to, which he should be. He still has to shoot the ball better. He's shooting poorly from 3, and eventually people will guard you different, and as Mike knows, and it'll be things like that. But, I mean, he has made a lot of progress, and he is, you know, maturing some, you know, a lot, in fact, if you really want the truth. But, you know, it's distorted from the standpoint of what doesn't get credit. To get all those assists, somebody's got to make baskets, you know, and I think at times we're not shooting the ball real well, but at times we're shooting it better than we've shot it the last few years. So I'm going to keep telling him that he's not that good just to make sure that I combat you putting that statue right next to Magic Johnson. And, but I'm just kidding, because somebody out there will take it wrong. So I'm very proud of what he's doing.
But the number one thing that he's doing, Tom, and you got to admit it, he's growing every game as the leader. And that is what is winning us these games in terms of what he brings. You know, Will, you can talk about all, you know, statistics, points, this and that. And I tell people this all the time. You know, there's a ton of top scorers in the nation every year. that score all the points and they never get drafted, and people are like, well, how can?
Or they never win games.
They never win any games. Until that equates to winning, it's nothing. It really isn't. If we weren't winning, it would.
God, I miss you. Oh man, I miss you. Oh man, miss you to death. Man.
But but his leadership. I mean, sometimes he comes over and calms you down. Have you guys noticed that? He puts his arm around coach and calms him down. That all goes into it. It all goes into it, folks.
So now I got to worry about him coaching the team too. Is that what you're saying?
Don't let him grow.
Mike's right about all that. He really is, and you're right too, Will. I'm just kidding, but I am saying this: if we're gonna be great, like there were things that happened at the end of the game.
Right.
Now, one of the problems we've had, and my staff, I mean, Doug Wojcik did a hell of a job on that scout. I mean, we did some things to that kid where we just didn't let him have the freedom. And so I'm not going to take credit for that, because it was, each assistant has a game where they come up with things, and then so sometimes, I mean, I didn't know this when I was Judd's assistant for 12 years, but sometimes those assistants really help you, When I was too busy getting fired every day. I mean, my guys get yelled at, but they don't get fired. I got fired all the time. So and Mike knows that too, but I just think that at the end of games, you got to cut out, you got to do the little things, when I've had some guys that talked to Draymond today about it, it was the greatest. Can you imagine me talking to Draymond, him calling me about Jeremy and some of the things, and I'm listening, and he's telling me what he should do and shouldn't do. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, because we see Draymond a different thing. I said, well, how were you when you were here? And he said, you know what? I never put myself in that position, which he's right. He'd argue with me, but that was in closed doors, So I've said it. I'm not going into it. As you can tell, I wasn't real happy. I think it's hurt the game and hurt us a little bit, hurt him a lot. But I hope every person here knows, if I thought something was intentionally dirty and harmful, I mean, I wouldn't be playing. I didn't play, guys, when I was scared about my job. Now I'm not scared about my job, at least for a year, at least for one more win. But it doesn't matter as much. And I just think that right now, the worst thing that happens to a team is they start believing they're better than they are.
Yeah.
It never used to be a problem without the social media. Now I got hundreds of thousands of people telling them this. And then, we've got to combat that. And so I'm not downplaying him. I think he's done a hell of a job. I think Mike's right. He's growing every day. As long as he keeps realizing, like, yes, today, get done with practice. I said, who comes in tomorrow morning at 9:00 to shoot? And the same 4 guys raised their hand. And I said, somebody bring Jeremy with. He says, well, I come in at 10:00. I said, not tomorrow. You're coming in at 9:00. And I'm a big believer in this too. Like some guys, remember the guys that say, well, I shoot after practice.
Yeah.
I said, no, that's no sacrifice.
It's not a sacrifice.
I said, I want you to do something that's not normal.
Right.
I mean, I brought guys in at 1:00 in the morning.
Right.
Back in the good old days when you could do that without the lawyer coming to get you. But I mean, it was just because I'm a big believer that if you want to do something extraordinary, you have to do something different than the other people around you. And you have to do something different sometimes to prove to yourself, I'm worthy of this. I came in at 7:00 every day for 2 weeks. Happened with Cohen Carr last year. What's that, the fire alarm? Or is that?
I don't know.
Huh? I'm probably getting dinged. It's like a horseshoe. But I really believe that, he's got a ceiling yet. And we've got a ceiling yet that we haven't hit. And we've been honest. Was I honest with you? I said, we're not a great team. This was weeks ago. I said, we're a good team that's looking to become great. but you have to do certain things. One of them was we were turning the ball over 15 times, 19 times, 17 times, 21 times. So we're starting to get that thing straightened out. Second thing is going to be, we have to be more consistent shooting. Getting a little better at that. We got a long way to go before I'm ready to say this team has a real shot at doing something. But we have had an incredible run when you look at who we've played. And yesterday or 2 days ago, I think that team was really good. What I don't know is how Brad thought they played. I haven't talked to him yet. But, like I thought Minnesota, we thought was good before the game.
Yep.
When we played them, I said, that is a really good team. I watched them yesterday, and I tried to call my buddy up there, Dave Thorson, who's on the staff. And, but the same thing happens to us. It's part of the deal.
I'll go back to it one more time, Chief. All the time. The hardest games to win are the ones you're supposed to.
Well, I don't think anybody thought we were supposed to beat Illinois.
Well,
but, you mean Minnesota?
No. I mean Minnesota.
Yeah.
Going into Maryland, and here you go.
Well, I hope you don't think we'll win another game in that case.
Jeez. By the way, every Spartan knows you need a break, and if you want to look for a break, go to visitmymyrtlebeach.com, MSU, to enter for a chance to get down there and maybe see some sunshine. Well, we're brought to you today, as always, by Auto Owners Insurance. You're listening to the Tom Izzo Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Were asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Fear slips it in and out of Tang. 19 on the shot clock. This is the ball game right here. Fears in the Tang. The lead for 3 and is no good. Kohler rebounds. He clears it. Tang, he'll try another one. He got it! He got it!
How about that? Kurt Tang with a big-time shot.
You got that right, Matt. Wow, a big guy shot. And Michigan State leads by 2. Well, that was the shot from a guy that had to fill in because we were down a guard who got us closer to that overtime victory, which leads me to say, how did the guard thing work out? You're down Okechukwu, and boom, everybody had to step up.
Well, not only was it a pretty good game plan, but to have a good game plan, you have to execute it. And it was executed because of a freshman and Jeremy, the two of them, but the freshman played against Wagler most of the way. And now we had help. We did some things, but I thought Jordan played as good as He reminded me a little bit of Max Christie in that respect, that he's a great student, great kid, humble as the day is long, but we thought he'd be soft and weak, and he plays so hard, and there's a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose in everything he does. He gets more loose balls for a skinny, scrawny guy than I can believe. He makes a couple big shots, but his defense, his rebounding, he's turning into a very good all-around player. And I thought my other freshman looked more like he did back in the Arkansas days. I thought Cam did a hell of a job too. He had 7 rebounds in 18 minutes. He made that big tip in late. That was big. And, those 2 guys deserve some credit, but the whole team did. We had 9 guys, I think, that scored, 8 or 9 guys. I mean, everybody, when you do that, like I was trying to talk to Trey. Trey played good at Minnesota, didn't play as many minutes here, and yet he hits a big 3 when he goes in. I mean, what does that 3 mean? Well, when this overtime game, you lose without it.
Yes.
Right.
And people don't look at it the same way as I do.
Well, it is time now for our trivia contest. So this is actually a really good question for the audience here. And if you get it, you get tickets to our next home game, a couple, and a $25 gift card from the Alumni Hall. So we've been talking about the great job Jeremy Fears has been doing. Well, he had 15 assists in that win over Illinois. So Jeremy now is just the second Michigan State guard, the second in the history of Spartan basketball to have multiple games with at least 14 assists. The question is, who is the other Spartan who has had multiple games of 14 or more assists?
I can guess.
Well, hopefully somebody out here can guess too. So anyway, if you know the answer, come on up and see if you can get some cash and some tickets to a game. So we'll be back with more of Tom's Show in a moment, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance right here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose Auto Owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Now, how do we get to the airport?
Take mine.
Thanks, Jen.
Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners make sense for you.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Welcome back to Tom Izzo and his radio show, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. We're coming to you here this evening from One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. Well, the question is to win a $25 gift card from the Alumni Hall and a couple of tickets to our next home game is we have one player who's currently on the team who now has multiple assist games of 14 or more. Only one other person has done that, and that is our question. Who is this other person that has had multiple games of 14 or more assists? And we have somebody that's going to try.
Stephanie from DeWitt. Is it Cassius Winston?
No. But what a good guess, though.
You know,
I know. I do know that.
Is a good guess. Scott Skiles.
Wow.
Wow, another good guess.
No.
No.
Oh, wow. I would have thought that.
Okay, so is it time to give a clue, maybe?
Well, you got some people coming up.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello, Jill.
Mateen Cleaves.
Man, well, you're just blowing through all of our great guards. No. Man, okay, no Winston,
You know
no
what?
Cleaves, no
You know what?
Skiles.
I'll try it.
There was a lot of basketball before anybody I coached. That's the hint.
I'm going to say the obvious. Johnson.
That is the obvious. Magic Johnson. Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
Yay.
It was?
Yes.
Wow, jeez.
Magic did it 3 times in his career, and wow, Jeremy's done it twice now. I'm sure he'll get to a 3rd one eventually. Is he maybe one of the most versatile players in the history of the game, Tom Magic?
Oh, I'm a, big, I do like LeBron. I liked, what's his name? Kobe. I liked him maybe as well as anybody. I mean, I got a chance to work Michael Jordan's camp in Vegas 7 years in a row, and he was great. But if I was picking a team that I was starting from scratch from, 100% I'd take Irvin. And not because he's from Michigan State. I think for the reason you just said. I mean, he was a rookie starting at the point.
Right.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goes down.
Right.
He plays center in the finals.
Yeah, the last game.
How do you do that? I don't know. I mean, those other guys I just said couldn't do that. So I think he's the most versatile. I think he's the most cerebral.
There it is.
Yeah. And
there it is.
And I prejudicedly love him to death. So I definitely would vote if I started a franchise tomorrow. And I guess as goofy as the NCAA is, I mean, he still does have 2 years left. Maybe we could gather some money. Maybe we could all throw $1 in and see if I can entice them to come back for 2 years. Because I think he could do it now.
He probably could.
Yeah. That would get you some headlines, though, don't you think? That'd be kind of cool.
I've had enough headlines recently. Headlines.
Well, when we come back with more Tom Show, we're going to dig into what's in front of us. It's all coming up in a moment right here. Brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Old school hiring headaches, endless interviews, rigid schedules. The future of work is here, and it's called WorkShift. We match businesses with pre-screened, ready-to-go workers and handle payroll and compliance for you. Need more help today? Less tomorrow? With WorkShift, your workforce scales as quickly as your business does. Visit WorkShift.com to discover the future of work. WorkShift, proud sponsor of Michigan State Athletics.
Hear that roar? That's the sound of Spartan Nation. And Dean Trailways is right there, every mile of the way. As the official ground transportation provider of Michigan State Athletics, we connect Spartans to championships. For every game, every practice, every victory, we deliver it. Elite service that powers the green and white. When you demand championship-level transportation, Dean Trailways is your winning drive. Become part of our team at DeanTrailways.com.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
you go. Go.
Run, James!
No. First base.
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
And welcome back for more of the Tom Izzo Show, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and one of our great network sponsors, MSU FCU. So, one of the great things that's happened with the college basketball coaches, they've teamed up in various forms to help fight the disease called cancer in terms of raising money locally and nationally to help research to beat this disease. And we're now being joined by Lisa. You want to tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Lisa Hildorf, and I've had the pleasure of being the community chairperson for Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers for not 15 years, not 18 years, but 20 years. And Coach Izzo has been involved with this for 25 years. Loopy actually was part of the group that started this when they first had the idea with the American Cancer Society to launch this. So Michigan State was one of the very first to do it. Over the years, there's been lots of programs that we've instituted. Many of you may remember when Tom and Loopy were on the stage at Wharton Center. Will Tieman was part of that show. And that was one of the most successful events in terms of fundraising, to the tune of about $200,000. So I want to report that this year we took corporations in our community and asked them to challenge one another to raise funds. And we have 3 that we want to feature tonight. The MSU Dairy Store came up with a special flavor for Coaches versus Cancer, and their first year out there, winning them the Rookie of the Year, they raised $2,562. So next year, watch out, please stop in. They donated a percentage of whatever they sold for that particular flavor. So that was a great, clever idea. Delta Dental was number 2. They were the starting lineup champion, winning or raising $33,327.
Man, yeah.
But the Breslin Bash winner for our community, raising $34,391, is a company that we all know and love, Auto Owners Insurance.
Yes.
So thank you all very, very much. The Breslin Bash is an event that you can bring 50 people from your corporation to the Breslin for a tour, a chance to talk with Coach Izzo, tell a few jokes, give him a few tips. There's always something that goes on there. And Pizza House generously donates the refreshments for the evening, and lots of pictures take place, and it's really something special. And we encourage the corporations to invite people that don't have a chance to go to the Breslin, right? It's a treat. It's a thrill. It's one of the best places in the nation to go to a college basketball game, and to see what goes on in that place behind the scenes and to see all those special spaces. It's amazing. So Tom is very generous with his time to be kind and generous to everyone, and we appreciate that greatly.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Next year.
By the way, Lisa's efforts over those 20 years she mentioned got us that beautiful building in downtown Lansing to help fight cancer. Lisa's a cancer survivor.
Yeah, I have to say something about Lisa. I mean, she is the best. I mean, everybody gets credit. I get credit. I show up. I do little things here and there. But as far as the work that goes into this and the time that's spent, and she's unbelievable. So Lisa, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, because not only are you brave enough to let people know that you are a cancer survivor, because and she not only survived, she thrived. Okay. She's better now than before she had it. She didn't let anything get to her. She spread her wings, and she's moving. And what we're moving for is to make sure that we get to do more preventative management instead of crisis management. And that's kind of the big thing that I say all the time, that we, unfortunately, in this world, including me, we never think of things, Mike, he never thought of things with his heart until it happens to you. The problem is when it happens to you, sometimes it's almost too late,
right?
As it was you. And so I admire people that are trying to help prevent what can happen instead of just dealing with it once it does happen. And we all know the statistics, and we all know. So we're going to keep working at it, and probably should even work at it harder. And it's for the charity of doing it. But look in the mirror. It's for yourself.
Yeah.
It's for me. It's for you. It's for my grandkids. It's for everybody.
Absolutely.
And when you look at it that way, you'll look at it a little differently. And saying all that, I will do anything for you, Lisa, except that play again.
Can I tell a story about I don't know how many people saw the play, but I got to tell this story. This is our final rehearsal, and Gus Connects and I had we had a little bit in it. It was a lot of fun. So it's a final dress rehearsal, and this is kind of a redemption story centered around Tom missing a free throw. So imagine a basketball about those little ones they throw out at the Breslin Center. In the rim is like this big. And so we're going through the dress rehearsal, and it's critical Tom makes this. He missed in dress rehearsal. And I looked at Gus, I went, did he just miss? And the whole place got deathly silent. The good news is he made it when it counted.
Yeah, see, I was trying to make Greg Ganakis nervous because what I learned that week is, there's a big difference between rehearsal and dress rehearsal. And it's not what you wear. It's how long you have. Everything then goes to time. And I had cheat sheets, and I had 5 different outfits, tuxedo, I had a suit, I had a basketball, a golf, I had different outfits, and I'd have my cheat sheet in there, and I look at it, and then I realized that dress rehearsal, you don't have time to look. I mean, I think one time I had 58 seconds to go from a golf outfit to a tuxedo. I'm telling you now, I had a couple guys and a couple girls. They saw every part of me. They're ripping things off, and it was crazy. But yeah, we had fun, and if making a fool of yourself makes money, I'd be all in for you still.
There you go, $200,000 I made. It was pretty cool. We'll be back with more Tom Show in a moment as you're listening to the Tom Izzo Show, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Meet, greet, and compete in Michigan's capital city. The Lansing Sports Commission is dedicated to helping you host your next athletic tournament or event in Greater Lansing. Our free services include everything from event development and tournament planning to promotions and recruiting volunteers. No matter the sport, the LSC can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find details at lansingsports.org.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
It's simple, but it's much more than just a stat on a piece of paper. So I wanted to ask, watching Jordan Scott specifically fly in, get a hand on almost every rebound this year, is offensive rebounding something that at this level is more coached, or is it recruited for like the heart and tenacity it takes to have that skill in your game?
Oh, definitely coached. No, I think we always say this, and Mike, we do. I mean, you wouldn't believe how much time we put into our rebounding. It's not like it's ours, although there's been a couple times back in the day, but it's religiously every day. But some people have a nose for the ball. It's like a good linebacker in football. And you can coach him. You can do this. You can do. Some people have that sixth sense, and it's unbelievable. He does have that, and that's what we're working on. Cohen can jump out of the gym, but he doesn't have the same. And he plays hard and everything. There's just something about Jordan. It's a little scrawny guy that I tell his dad that I said, could have put a little meat on his bones, back in the day. But he has a very high basketball IQ. He can read where things are going. He knows if it's shot from the right, it's probably coming off the left. He's going to be a really good player, and he's really good at it. But we do work at it hard too, and some of it takes strength, some of it takes toughness, some of it takes, just the agility to go do it.
We coach more than any other thing than that. It makes you more successful than any one thing. It's so simple. Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go get it.
Yeah.
And if you get a fingertip on it and you can tip it to a teammate, that's the thing that other teams, they can't practice against that.
Yeah, that's a funny thing he just said. That sounds so elementary, but we also chart how many times you get a chance to go, how many do you go.
Right.
And you wouldn't believe how many people are flunking that test. A lot.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Gary.
Gary from East Lansing. It seemed to me that the other team would disagree, but it seemed to me the refs really wanted Illinois to win. They tried to help them out a few times, but what I want to ask you about specifically was early in the game, one of their guys went down, number 13, and they stopped play. And then Cohen went down shortly thereafter, hit his head. He was down for quite a while. Play on. They scored a basket, and I noticed you got in the ref's face about that a little bit, but what did he say? Why would they not stop play when our guy was down as they did when their guy was down?
I didn't get in his face about that. I had a plethora of other things I got in his face about, but I just saw a hell of a picture, and that's the difference with you guys. There's a picture going around here. In the UP, we show love differently than they do downstate, and sometimes when you think I'm getting on somebody, I'm just telling them I love them, But the situation, if they think, which really is funny, it's not funny, but Cohen's, because it was his head that hit. I don't remember what Ivisage's was, but
he was trying to get rest, if you ask me.
But believe it or not, guys, it was a pretty well officiated game, and I don't say that. I mean, the one at Minnesota was, and we lost, so it's not a win or a loss. Sometimes I give credit where credit is due, and sometimes I don't. But the ruling is, if they think it's really harmful and things like that, they should stop it right away. And but most of the time, they try not to stop it. It's a sprained ankle. It's this. It's this. I mean, if a kid comes down on his head, they're stopping it. I don't care what happens. So I don't know. I didn't bother to realize that. I was thinking of other things, but that's a good question. Yes.
Ryan from West Bloomfield, Michigan here. I'm a junior. I'm an Izzone member. I've been in the Izzone for the last 3 years. Does our noise Thank you. Does our noise ever make you guys struggle in a timeout to hear? Because it gets loud at like the breaks.
You think my guys seriously want to listen to me during a timeout? You're doing them a favor, man. That's a favor. You know, I said this to LaRonda, as our head marketing. I don't know if you saw that. Did you like the masks?
Oh, yeah.
I got a hell of a picture of my two granddaughters in one. I'm looking for some NIL money for it, and I'm like an advertiser. But I think we've had an unbelievable, I've had an unbelievable about 25 years, 26 years, once we got it rolling. But there's certain years that have been a little better than other years. And I'm going to be sending something out tomorrow to you guys. I thought this year and some of these games have been so good. So good. And I think they've done some things with the lighting and this and that. But they have been so good. You guys have all been so good. Our fans have been so good. If I coached as well as you guys have done, we'd be undefeated. Now, we're not that far off from being undefeated, so maybe we're both doing our job. But hats off to you guys and to your group, all the guys and gals that are in that group. It's a memory maker to be in that group. That's why we have something that no school has. We have an alumni Izzone game every year. And as I watch these men and women get older and bodies change and bring their kids and this and that, it is like my favorite time, So 25, 30 years from now, I'll be looking down. Your ass better be back here getting done.
I will be.
But don't go anywhere yet.
Thank you, Coach.
No, come back real quick. He left.
Come on back. He wants you for a second.
Okay, when the other team shoots like an air ball and there's like a timeout, what is the record for the longest you've gone air ball, air ball?
Close to the after the timeout, even close to 5 to 6 minutes of just straight air ball. Close to the half it could go.
Boy, your English teachers at Michigan State must teach you a lot of good words. Air ball, air ball, air ball.
Okay, we'll be back with some more questions. Going to take a break. You're dialed into the Tom Izzo Show, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Bad. Brewed for the fans who can't stop shouting shoot it, and the driveway heroes who still call raindrops on every brick. Make fun of a ref through the TV like he can hear you, then miss 3 straight free throws on your buddy's hoop. Argue every foul, celebrate every layup, and somehow think you're running the offense from Section 312. But that's the beauty of it. Basketball isn't just about the court, it's the noise, the passion, and the Labatt you're holding while you live it. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
Here you go. Go.
Run, James.
No. First base.
Go, go, go. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
Welcome back for more of the Tom Izzo Show, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. Real quick, want to mention the fact that Beyond the Arc campaign, the Abboud Law Firm donates $25 to the Izzo Legacy Foundation, and we've made a bunch of them. Every time we make it 3, they chip in $25. We're at $4,500. That's about the exact same number for the women. So over $6,000 with at least a month and change to play. That's pretty good.
The great part, we got a couple questions, but our women were down big at Penn State, came back and won. Our hockey team had one, and then they won a big one down at the school down the road. And so got some things going here. We just got to keep questioning.
Yeah, Mark from East Lansing. I've got a nerdy basketball question tonight.
Michael, answer it.
I noticed in a couple of games that we weren't involved in this year. I'd never seen it before. And then I saw Illinois do it the other night. You were pressing them late in the game, and they put everybody on the baseline and kind of ran football patterns. I can't ever, I've watched basketball for a long time. I can't ever really remember seeing that kind of an approach. Has there been some rule change, or has somebody just decided that's the new idea?
In fact, I think Brad was one of the ones that did it first. I don't even think he was at Illinois when he did it. But, we haven't done it yet. But with that turnover late, you might see it. Good question.
Okay, real quick.
Next, real quick.
Good evening, guys. Trevor from Grand Rapids. Next time you talk to Draymond, Coach, can you tell him we want him to come home, maybe take a spot on the Pistons? Might have to take a little pay cut or something to get on there, but
I think he's gotten soft. He's worried about the weather.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, real quick, I want to thank
That was
everybody at One North Bar for being part of this wonderful show. And don't forget to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief around the state, brought to you by Frank and Muth Insurance. Well, up next, we have a Friday game up in Madison. We play the Badgers. Only time we will play them this year. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it'll be a big game Friday night. It's Big Fox game, and we've been on a lot of these Big Fox games. So, and for the most part, have done pretty well. Not only for us, but the games have been good. It's a hard place to play, as you all know. Now they play at Illinois tomorrow night, so this is the one time when we get a little break. But it'll be tough there, and then our fans, the next one, will get to see UCLA come here with they've never really seen. So that'll be something different too. I think my buddy Mariucci is going to fly in for that game. Yeah. But this weekend, if you want to stay in the hunt, you got to win games. And our theory is you got to win a lot of home games, and then you got to steal some on the road. This is the one we got to steal. Thank you all. You guys are awesome.
And by the way, we take the air from Madison coming up. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock Friday night. Hope you can join us for that. And we're on a roll. Just got to keep checking them off. Thanks, everybody, for coming. See you on the next show, and hope you'll tune us in on Friday night.
You've been listening to the Auto Owners Insurance presentation of the Tom Izzo Show, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. The Tom Izzo Show is also brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of MSU Athletics. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Coors Light, choose chill. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. The Tom Izzo Show is a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time on this network station for all the Spartan basketball action on the Spartan Media Network.